I almost died last night. My perspective is a little bit different on it now that I'm back home and medicated and things like that. But in the moment when everything happened, I felt very close to death. I felt like there was likely, like that was going to be my last chance to talk to people. I called my mom. I texted some of my closest friends because that was all I had time to do after I'd called 911, of course. But I thought that was it for me. And holy crap, that was the scariest thing that has ever happened to me. Oh, also, I might have an ad in this video because I have deadlines for sponsors, and now I have extra hospital bills to pay. So can't really afford to cancel those. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a story. And don't worry, I'm fine now. I think, probably. Like 99% sure I'm good for a while. But yeah, let me tell you guys a story. So back when I was little, I think I was probably in 6th grade, but maybe I was even in elementary school. Honestly, time kind of turns into this like mess of everything kind of like clumping together once you've gained some years. And I may not be super old, but I don't remember most of it. Either way, I can remember specific things. And one thing that I do remember is in the morning, one day I was getting ready for school. My mom was up, and I started having like really crazy chest pain. And then after the chest pain went away, I had some like heart palpitations. And heart palpitations themselves aren't like inherently deadly. They just, sometimes your heart chambers misfire. If you guys don't know, your heart has multiple chambers. They kind of fire off, and that's how you get your heartbeat, your rhythm, right? And sometimes it can misfire and then it goes back to normal. And that's the thing that can happen to other people, other than ones who have chronic illnesses. This can happen to regular people with no illnesses. It just kind of happens sometimes. Real quick, I'm gonna read that ad I talked about.
Introducing Proton VPN, the privacy-focused VPN that keeps all of your data safe and secure while browsing the internet. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, which essentially gives you an extra shell of protection from websites and programs trying to steal your IP address and important data. Using Proton VPN's technology, you can change your location to over 110 different countries and access over 12,000 servers at any time. If you were having a hard time accessing region-locked content like video streaming platforms or Japan-only games, Proton VPN makes it easy with just a couple buttons. Proton VPN also specializes in high-speed connections with up to 10 gigabytes per second speeds, which is super important for gaming in other regions and also just going about your day. As someone who has friends all over the world and loves certain region-locked games, I've used different VPNs for the past 5 years or so, and I can't recommend Proton VPN enough. Everyone should use a VPN, especially nowadays when your information is so easily tracked online. I may be wanted in 100 different countries by deranged Twitter users, but thanks to Proton VPN, my war crimes are untraceable. Get 64% off Proton VPN and enjoy features like integrated ad blocking, high-speed connections, region hopping, and more by clicking my link down below in the description and pinned comment. That is protonvpn.com/Braxophone.
And my mom was freaked out about it because I guess my family has a history of something called AFib. Now, if you don't know what that is, my understanding of it is that something electronically in your heart is not working the way it's supposed to. Apparently, it causes things to like kind of misfire, which can send your heart into this sort of like arrhythmia pattern that is very bad. Very bad as in like it will just go and go and go, and it doesn't really fix itself for a long period of time. Some people will experience these irregular heart rate and irregular heart rhythms for up to a week at a time. And what that can lead to is things like blood clots, where the blood just kind of coagulates because it's not really moving as it should because your heart's not pumping the way it should. And then, with those blood clots, it can lead to heart attack, stroke, things like that. So it's not good. And my grandma had it. So they got me tested for it. They got me a Holter monitor, which is a thing you strap to your chest. It records your heartbeat, and then they like analyze it. And I got the Holter monitor. They told me that I was fine. They got the results back. Everything's fine. I don't think he has it. He's not having any weird symptoms. So, he's fine. It is what it is. That actually happened multiple times. It happened a time when I was in high school, and it happened a time when I was in college as well. I went to get a Holter monitor because I kept having these arrhythmias, and they would just keep coming back. Like I would be sitting there in class at rest, and my heart would just go, and just like be super like out of rhythm. And It freaked me out, man, because and I haven't told people this, but like one of my bigger fears is like a heart related death. Another one of my bigger fears is a stroke, because those are some things that are like more or less out of your control. You can take care of your health, but if you have a pre-existing condition, then that's largely out of your control. The only thing you can do is try to be healthy, but even then, things still happen. There's plenty of healthy people who die of stroke, right? And I don't want to be one of those people. The idea of just like things just ending like that freaks me out. So I've always been really paranoid about that. I'm already a person with like pretty bad anxiety, and so I can already feel my heartbeat just when I'm walking around like on a regular basis. That's just something I'm like consciously aware of. And so when it's irregular, I know about it. Like I'm hyper fixated on it. Thank you ADHD for that. And so imagine my surprise when I woke up at about 11 p.m. to my heart rate at about 200. I was a little less than that according to the people who recorded it, but I woke up. I don't even remember what happened. I just remember, I remember brief bits and pieces, shooting out of bed, running to the kitchen, drinking water, and dialing 911. And it's crazy because in that moment, I was so afraid for my life. I didn't even think twice about it. I didn't try to rationalize what was happening. I didn't try to rationalize, oh, maybe I'm just having like one of those weird heartbeat things. I was like, I thought that was it. I thought my heart was just fucking 200. I was sleeping when that happened. And so I called 911. They come over, they pick me up. I'm in my driveway and I'm sitting down in my driveway trying to remain calm. And I'm calling everyone that I can. I'm texting everyone I can. I'm like, this might be like, am I going to have a heart attack? Am I going to just fucking fall over and die right here? I didn't know. And the ambulance comes and picks me up. They give me some meds and it slows my heart rate down, but it's still beating irregularly. It's just not 200 anymore. It's down to like 130, which is still insanely high for being laying down or sitting. But then they tell me, yeah, I think this is AFib. This looks like AFib. And so, scary thing for me, I don't like heart issues. I already mentioned that, I don't like that concept, that idea of, something could just go wrong with the inside of my body and that could be it, guys. That legitimately could just end it all. I get to the hospital, doctor comes and looks at me. It's like, yeah, this is probably AFib. He gives me some meds. And once my heart rate, it's still irregular. It gets down to about 110. They send me home. I was very surprised they sent me home because I thought that if my heart was still beating irregularly, blood wouldn't flow normally, and I would still just fucking fall over and die. Later on, after about 12 hours since the incident, I tried to sleep through it. I think I was so exhausted that I did end up sleeping through a little bit of it. But when I woke up, it was still going, and it was still irregular. And oh my God, one of the worst experiences I've ever had, potentially the worst experience I've ever had. I got up out of bed. All of a sudden it was gone. It was just gone. And the relief that I had when that disappeared was insane. I've never felt such peace when that stopped. And, oh my God, like that was something that I didn't know when it was going to end. 12 hours is insane. Throughout my life, I've had it go for 2 minutes at a time, sometimes 30 seconds. Sometimes I'd have one irregular heartbeat that I would feel hit really hard, and then it would just go back to normal. But this went 12 hours. 12 hours of my heart not functioning like it should. So, looking back, like, I've never been okay with the idea of death just because, I have so much to live for. I feel like, life is good. I'm a YouTuber. This is like one of the best jobs I could ever have. Gaming's in a great place. I mean, there's issues with gaming too, but gaming's always been one of my favorite things to do, and that's going really well. I have a wonderful circle of friends, and it's not even a circle. It's more like a U. Like you can kind of just join in at the end of it. Like I have so many wonderful people in my life, and I'm doing such wonderful things with my time, and that was really scary for me. I genuinely could have died there if I didn't call 911, if I didn't get to the hospital, if they didn't hit me with meds. That could have never stopped. That could have kept going. I could have got blood clots, could have had a heart attack, could have had a stroke. That could have been it for me. And it was out of nowhere. And I don't even feel like I live that unhealthy of a lifestyle. Obviously, I'm in my chair a lot. And I work a lot. I world raced into editing my own videos and creating my own videos. And just for the past 3 to 4 weeks, I've been doing nothing but work, 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 work. But it's not like I haven't done that before. Either way, people have been telling me for a long time that I'm doing too much, that I'm taking too much in my own hands. I'm working too hard. I need a break. And I always feel like I need a break. But the problem is, like, this job doesn't wait for anybody. This industry doesn't wait for anybody. You know, if you stop, that's it. So, you know, can't always afford to take breaks. But I guess that goes to my next thing. Tomorrow I'm going on break, and I'm going to be stepping away from YouTube for a little bit. I do have some videos lined up, so you guys might see a Noxa guide, you might see a Zani video, you might see like all the normal content for a little bit, but there might be a little bit of a gap after that. We'll have to see. Either way, I'm going to be taking a long trip. Am I scared to get on the plane and have an incident like that happen with no medical professionals near me to help save me from impending doom? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I've gone 27 years without an episode like that happening. And from everyone I've talked to, evidently AFib itself and the irregular heartbeat isn't really the dangerous thing. What's dangerous about it is blood clots. So, you know, it's about standing up on the plane, making sure your blood is flowing, not sitting down too long at a time, make sure you're going for walks, stay healthy, eat well, things like that. So I got to change up my lifestyle a little bit, because even though I don't feel like it was that bad, even though I feel like I'm walking, I'm working out, I feel like I'm the best version of myself I've been in a long time, there's still room for improvement. So I'm going to continue to do that. I am medicated for AFib now, but wow, that was really scary. So I wanted to update you guys on that. That's what happened a few days ago. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll have some more videos out soon. But if you don't hear from me for a while, I'm probably just on break. I'm taking care of myself. I'm being careful. Thank you guys for all the support, and yeah, I'll catch you next time.